Bear Grylls Adventures, the Volcano Challenge. 9. Lava Tube. As they walked down the valley slopes, Charlie looked back up the way they had come. The black cloud was still there in the sky. It hung over them like a million horns that could fall down any moment. All around them, it seemed to burrow down his ears and into his head. Charlie pulled his hood up to protect his ears, and he temporarily felt better. He could feel the wind battering him, but he couldn't get in. It was getting cold, though. Charlie could feel the chill digging through into his bones. He started to shiver. It won't get far while this lasts, Bear shouted over the noise of the wind. Let's get out of it and save our strength. Bear and Charlie found a hollow between some boulders where they could sit down. The hollow wasn't very deep, but it was a couple of feet. It was deep enough for the wind to go whistling over them, not through them. When the wind had begun to die down, Bear poked his head up. I think he never finished. Boom! There was no mistaking that sound. The volcano had just blown big time. Boom, boom. The sky started to fill with billowing clouds. Shriek of fire shot out like fireworks. The mountain was firing off missiles in all directions. Some of them were heading straight for Charlie, Bear, and Charlie. Charlie was exhausted. He and Bear had walked all day for hours on end. They had crawled through glaciers and put miles between themselves on the volcano, but the flying rock covered the distance like it wasn't there, and now they were right out in the open. The hollow they were in was too shallow to give them any real shelter up from above. We need to move, said Bear arrogantly. You ready, Charlie? Charlie looked up at the rocks, whistling through the air toward them. He wanted it all just to go away, but he knew that Bear was right. They had to use all their skill and strength to get to safety, and they only have seconds to do it. As they ran, Charlie saw what Bear had seen. The entrance to a cave. It was round, like the entrance to a pit. They staggered to a halt inside it, just as a pile of rocks crashed down outside. The bombardment went on for much longer than before, and the rocks were much heavier. Charlie flinched as one of them smashed down right in front of the entrance. He pulled back a couple of meters to escape the ash and flying fragment. I'm glad this cave was here, Charlie gasped. Bear nodded and smiled. How did you manage to stay so calm throughout all of this? It's a lava tube. Bear was blending down a few meters from the entrance. The roof was too low for him to stand up. The whole thing used to be a stream of falling lava like we saw back at the mountain. When we saw the outside edges of the lava, the bits nearest to the ear cooled down. They turned soiled. That means the inside bits could stay hot, so they stay flowing. They left this tube behind. Charlie was looking around. Cool, he said. Though he couldn't help feeling nervous every time another rock crashed down outside the cave. He backed further into the cave, and when there was a break between the explosion outside, he heard something new. It was the sound of running water. Charlie remembered something. His dad liked to drink mineral water. And the label on his bottle always say, "Flittered through volcanic rock." He found where the noise was coming from. The water was flowing fast, but it would fill a bottle soon enough. "Hey," Charlie said, "the water in this cave should be clean, right? I mean, nothing to make us ill." 100% per, Bear agreed with a smile. He tipped the old water from his bottle and passed it to Charlie. Charlie felt pretty pleased as he held the bottle under the trickling water. He was a problem solving to help them survive, just like bears. They both took a deep drink. Then Charlie refilled the water bottle. They sat watching the rocks fall down outside. If one of those things hit us, Charlie thought, we'll be dead for sure. Charlie thought, we'll be dead for sure. But that wasn't going to happen, because as well as chucking out all that dangerous rock and ash, the volcano had also provided a place to shelter, as well as clean filtered water to drink. Nature had just gave you stuff. Charlie realized it was up to you what you did with it. If you handled it right, then you live. You don't need any fake anti-gravity or super strength. You just need it yourself. You didn't need to earn it or pay for it. You just had to keep your eyes open and use what it's offered. In this time with Bear, Charlie had used his brain and body together. He had solved problems and get through a sticky situation. He hadn't been a made-up game character doing that. It had been him, Charlie. And that was amazing. Crash, 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 crash. Suddenly the tube filled up with a flying cloud of ash. It stung Charlie's eyes, and his chest heaved as he started to cough and sneeze. His eyes streamed and blinded him. He felt a hand hit his back between his shoulder blades. "Charlie, are you all right?" "Yeah," Charlie gasped. "It was just the smoke." "I know," said a voice. "You should take more care around bonfires." Thanks for watching. Bye.